Hail deputies, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim again, Gisela's tale. So she got back to the College of Winterhold and she slept, had a little nap, and did a little enchanting, and now she's going to go see the Archmage because she has been told to do this and tell him about the orb. Let me adjust the mic here. And here we go. Alright. She's excited that she's going to get to be like the important messenger to deliver. Wow, look at this place. Look at that garden. She is just kind of mesmerized by this. She thinks it's wonderful. Oh, and there's the mage, the arch.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're
An
talented.
imperial report on Sarthal.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted.
Hello,
You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken.
No, we haven't.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
Yes, I need to speak to you about Sarthal.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now.
No, that's not it. We found some sort of, orb. Tolfdir wanted you to see it.
I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes? Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Urag in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of anything that matches your discovery. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful.
Oh, thank you. It's a staff of mage-like. Like, I really need to have that because I already have the spell. But anyways. Have you ever met with the Sijik Order?
Personally? No, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely.
Ooh, it disappeared. Okay. Well,
Now,
thank
if
you.
you'll excuse me.
Sure, no problem. I'm just gonna borrow this book. Let's see. The Fall of Sarthal by Hesef Cheeriness. I don't know how you say that. Mage's Guild Scholar, assigned to Imperial Archaeologist Sentius Floronius. Alright. Let it be known that the esteemed archaeologist has chosen to focus his boundless talents on the cooking and baking habits of early First Era Nords. While this work will no doubt bring great glory and benefit to the Empire, it is clear that my limited expertise is of no use to this effort. I have instead been using my considerable free time to investigate a particular avenue of study, namely that of the fall of Sarthal. Every child of the Empire knows what happens here, that the first city of man on Tamriel was sacked by the elves, jealous and fearful of the threat man posed to them. Relations have obviously improved considerably since then, but to be able to see the results of the destruction firsthand, it is quite striking to note the degree of effort that went into the venture. The first task before me was differentiating between areas of original architecture and those that were rebuilt after Ysgramor retook the city with his 500 companions. Initially relying heavily on the expertise of archaeologist Floronius, my ability to discern the difference for myself improved over time. Indeed, I was surprised to find that many areas of the city, far more than I would have believed, retained much of the original stonework. Work was clearly done to remedy the effects of the city being burned after the elves' assault, but I suspect they underestimated the durability of Nordic craftsmanship. Or rather, that is what I initially thought. Perhaps it was a mistaken sense of pride in the accomplishments of these early men, or perhaps it was just my inexperience that led me to this conclusion. Something was amiss, though. Repeated attempts to consult the exceedingly perceptive archaeologists were unfruitful, often digressing into lectures on the bathing habits of Sarthal residents or the average number of potted plants in homes. I was again forced to rely on my limited powers of observation and deduction, and so I have no conclusive results to report at this time. I can say with certainty that the initial attack on Sarthal seems to have been very focused and does not appear to correlate to any locations that have been established as points of defense or importance, while the eminent scholar Sentius has yet to examine my findings, or indeed show any interest in them. My inclination is to suggest that not only did the elves know the apparent layout of the city, but that their assault was based on a specific directive and perhaps a singular goal. My humble investigations shall continue as time permits. Alrighty.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
Right. Oh, look, it's gems. Gisela has a particular fondness for gems. We'll do a quick save here. She's just going to take some. Now you're wondering, perhaps, why the Archmage or some goons are not coming to arrest her. It's because even though they're
in Skyrim is tainted.
marked with the red steel, you can take them with no repercussions at all. No bounty, no assaults. They're here for you to pick up. Everything in here basically can be taken without any consequences. And, what's this? Archmage's robes? What are those doing here? I've never seen those here before. But I cannot resist having a look here. Oh. These look just like the robes that you get when you complete the, when you complete the quest line. Well, I am going to, wear it. All I can think of is that a mod put it there, but I didn't install a mod to do that. I don't know why they would be here otherwise. I've never seen them before. Some money. Stone of Baranzaya. Some gold. Some mead. Let's see. I like to get the alchemy ingredients while I'm here, because they're helpful in developing alchemy. A lot of little goodies here. And some potions. The college is really the best place to get your enchanting and alchemy up because of the things that you can get here. And I'm gonna pause the game while I do a little enchanting, and or maybe not enchanting, but alchemy. But anyway, something. I'll be right back. And I am back. Now she was instructed to go speak with Urag Groshub, so she's going to come and speak to Urag. Let's see. And let's see who this is.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Right. And I guess you want to be that leader, is that it? All these books. Books. Lots of books.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Why would I do that? I have no...
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
Right.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Is there any college business I can assist with?
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
Well, I do like books.
Well, all right. Here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
Are there any special books you're looking for?
As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era.
Oh, yeah.
Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian and devoted all his time to research and study, but more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
Okay. Now for the real reason I'm here. I need to learn about something we found in Sarthal.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway.
You don't have anything that can help?
I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, You'll have to talk to Hawthorne.
Who is this Orthorn?
He was an apprentice here at the college. Not very skilled, but got involved with a group of mages who took a liking to him. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college. I suppose as a way to ingratiate himself.
Doesn't anyone care that Orthorn stole things from the college?
Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just to let them sort themselves out. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that.
Ugh. That seems irregular. Why are these mages in Felglow Keep?
Let's just call it a difference of opinion with the college. They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were persuaded to leave.
This is quite an impressive library.
A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
You take your work very seriously.
Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
Right. Well, thank you.
Fight well.
I will. I will indeed. Let's see, what have we here? The rise and fall of the blades. By Anonymous. Well, much as I would like to read this, I'm not going to read it right now because I just read a book earlier and I don't want to read but one per episode, so that will have to wait for a future episode. Let's see. Ooh, a chest. Requires a key. Oh, look at this. The Legend of Red Eagle. This is pertaining to a quest, so I think that I should read it. The Legend of Red Eagle by Trudane Drin, Archivist of Winterhold. This tale was transcribed from the memory of Clarice Vienne, student of Winterhold. Elements of the legend suggest a date circa First Era 1030, though as with any oral tradition, much of it is likely a later anachronism. Curiously, stories of a similar king and his legendary blade appear in other ancient myths of the Reach. Long ago, a child was born in the Sundered Hills. They named him Phelan, which means Red Eagle in the tongue of the Reach, for the screeching bird call that greeted his birth and the crimson blooms on the autumn hills. Thus began his legend. Reach child, born under auspicious skies, his very name the color of blood. 10 kings ruled the Reach in those days, and though men were free, the people were scattered and warred amongst themselves. The augurs foresaw the boy's destiny, a warrior without peer, first and foremost Lord of the Reach, chosen to unite all under his name. Phelan grew in years and strength, and it seemed the prophecy would be fulfilled. The banner of the Red Eagle was raised along the cliffs of the Reach, and his people prospered. Then came Hestra, Empress of the South, riding to war. One by one the king stood before her. One by one they fell aside, bending knee in imperial bargains or slaughtered on the battlefield. Her legions came at last to the sundered hills, and envoys were sent to bargain for their surrender. Phelan refused to yield the freedom of his people, but the elders were afraid, cast him out, and accepted the imperial yoke. Thus was stolen by the foreign invaders his land, his people, his very name. In the years that followed, Red Eagle became known as the untamed spirit of the Reach, unbowed, unbroken, stained by the blood of his foes. He gathered loyal Reachmen to himself, those who clung to the old ways, who yearned for freedom and forged a new nation. Together they fell upon the occupiers and the traitors by night, disappearing into the cliffs and caves each morn, evading capture. It was not enough. For every imperial patrol and garrison they wiped out, yet more seemed to march from the green south to replace them. One night, under a cloud-choked sky, the men of the Red Eagle warmed themselves over damp fires of smoldering moss. A huddled, shambling figure came to them, cloaked in rags, face cowled. Though his men mocked and cast stones at the stranger, Phelan sensed something and beckoned. The cowl was thrown back in the dim light, and she revealed herself to be one, the ancient and venerable Hagravens. I think that's supposed to read to be one of the. She offered power for a price, and a pact was made. Thus was brokered to the witch his heart, his will, his humanity. From that day forth, his was a spirit of vengeance, pitiless and beyond remorse. The rebels grew in strength and numbers, and none could stand against them. Phelan's eyes burned coldly in those days, black opals reflecting a mind not entirely his own. 2 years passed, and the foreigners were all but driven from the Reach. Such peace could not last, however, and a great host fell upon them, a swift army of invaders unlike any before. For a fortnight, Hestra's generals laid siege to Red Eagle's stronghold, till he himself came forth for battle, alone and robed in nothing but his righteous fury. 1,000 foreigners fell before his flaming sword, and the enemy was routed. Yet when night fell, so too did he. The warriors who came to him said Phelan's eyes were clear again on that final night. He was taken to the place prepared for him, a tomb hidden deep within the rock, a redoubt amongst the cliffs near where the rivers split and rejoin. With his remaining strength he presented his sword to his people and swore an oath, fight on, and when at last the Reach is free, his blade should be returned, that he might rise and lead them again. Thus was given for his people his life, his dream, his sword. But when every debt is repaid in blood, these he shall reclaim once more. And that is the legend of Red Eagle. And let us move onward. We have had enough of reading. Oh, who is this?
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sappho, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there.
Yes, we did. I just informed the Archmage.
I am well aware. Tolfdir is still in Sappho, is he? I shall be expecting a full report from him when he returns.
How do you know anything about this?
It is my job to know these things. My role as advisor to the Archmage is aided by knowing everything that transpires here. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
And you are dismissed. Nincompoop. That man is so arrogant. I hate him. I want to kill him. Oh, so many lovely books. Books. Well, let us depart. We have places to go and things to do. But we'll have to do them on the morrow, for 'tis night. And it is time to sleep and refresh ourselves so that we can awaken and go on our journeys. By the way, I had to uninstall the immersive beds mod because it became broken or something and I could no longer sleep until I uninstalled it. Let's see, I'm gonna check needs. Peckish, a little thirsty, so let's go ahead and have let's have a green apple. And another apple. No longer thirsty nor hungry. And I will do a quick save. And we'll end the episode here. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, well, what are you waiting for? Bye. Ah. Don't hit me. Yeah, lots of zombies. Let's get out of here.